How to develop an information security policy or the policies. Examine your existing policies. Ensure they meet and support enterprise business objectives. They may, fantastic. They don't, revise them, update them, make them relevant to today's realities. Examine the information security strategy, determine new security policies that are required. Over time, you add new business processes, they may need to be managed. New technologies come in that need to be managed. IM wasn't there a few years ago. Instant messaging is relatively new. Email before that. Review international government and industry standards and regulations. Determine what policies need to be developed to conform to applicable standards. You got to follow the law, and you probably want to follow the standards set out. Remember, if you're doing something different from the standards, the question becomes, are you doing what's necessary to protect? The standards are generally assumed to be what you should do to protect your data, to protect your clients, protect your customers, protect your employees. If you're doing something different, you're not following the standard, the question is what you're doing in some way deficit, in some way negligent? Are you missing things? And trust me, if it goes to court, that's what's going to be raised. Maybe you're doing better. You better show that what you're doing is better, better document that you looked at this, the standards, and did something better. Otherwise, it's going to get challenged and you may not win. Develop any new information security policies that are required to support the enterprise business objectives, the information security strategy, and applicable standards. Look at your objectives. Look at what you do. Look at the processes you have and create security policy. Determine what you need to secure. Determine the reason for security of it. Determine the valuable assets. Communicate the security policies to all areas of the organization that will be affected by them. You don't need to send it out to a department that's not going to be affected, but anyone affected by it needs to follow that policy. That's going to be that whole department. They should be aware of it. People's role in that department, in that security policy for that department needs to be identified, and they need to follow based upon what they do. Conduct periodic reviews. Make sure it's relevant. Make sure it's up to date. Remember, things change. We don't ride horses any longer normally. We drive cars. Some companies have decided we want to provide benefits for people that drive cars that pollute less, get better mileage, or carpool. So you may have carpool parking, you may have hybrid parking or diesel parking because the company in some way feels this is beneficial. And they may offer special spaces. Review those policies because those are changes. What are we going to have in 10 years? I don't know. But policies may look into that. They should be forward-facing. They don't know what's going to happen, but when they review the old policy, they'll adjust for it.